What's going on, Mavs fans? Welcome into NBA Now from Chat Sports. And today I'm taking the time to answer some of your questions. Now, a lot of you tweeted at me at all_things_Mavs, some questions that you have about our Dallas Mavericks. So I'm going to get into them and answer them right now. Starting out with this one from Chef Bao. He asked, should the Mavs sign Boogie? Now, of course, we all know DeMarcus Cousins was waived pretty recently here by the Los Angeles Lakers. Markieff Morris gets bought out by the Detroit Pistons. He immediately decides he wants to go to LA. But the Lakers don't have room, so they waived DeMarcus Cousins, who has not played yet this year. We all know he's rehabbing that torn ACL injury. He hasn't been the same really since he left Sacramento. He's just been having injury issues with the quad, with the Achilles, and now the ACL injury. However, he is expected to come in and continue to rehab with the Los Angeles Lakers, which I think is smart. But now he's a free agent. So could the Mavs look to sign him? Well, when he was healthy, Boogie was averaging 16.3 points per game, 8.2 boards, only shot 27.4% from three, and then that last year he was healthy with the with the Golden State Warriors. He was only he only played in 30 games, so we haven't really seen a healthy DeMarcus Cousins in a while. But maybe the Mavs could be an option. I'll get into more of why that could or could not be an option for the Mavs specifically here in just a second. But I want to tell you about our friends over at BetDSI. If you're a loyal watcher here at Chat Sports, you already know the deal. Go to chatsports.com/bet and use our promo code NBA120. That'll get you a 120% deposit bonus with BetDSI. So again, that's chatsports.com/bet and then NBA120 in the promo code. Now let's talk more about DeMarcus Cousins to the Mavs. Well, here's the deal. Dallas already has 5 centers on the roster right now. Now, not all of them are playing. We got Dwight Powell, of course, who did tear his Achilles. He will not be playing again this year. Kristaps Porzingis has been playing a lot at the 5 position since Dwight Powell went down. So there's another center already taking up minutes. Maxi Kleber plays some backup 5 minutes. Sometimes he plays alongside Porzingis. You got Boban Marjanovic and Willie Cauley-Stein as well. Now, Willie Cauley-Stein's not getting minutes. Boban gets very little minutes. I think Willie will get more minutes as he continues to play for the Mavs. But really, it's Powell and Maxey. So there's not a lot of room for other guys to come in and get minutes. Now, this is also looking ahead to not just this year, but this summer as well, because Boogie will be a free agent this summer also. Now, let's say the Mavs do want to go sign Boogie. Well, they're going to have to make him a starter almost immediately once he gets healthy. And once you get there, then this is what the lineup looks like. Luka Doncic, Tim Hardaway Jr., Dorian Finney-Smith, Kristaps Porzingis, and DeMarcus Cousins. And I just don't think DeMarcus Cousins fits what Rick Carlisle wants to do with a traditional center. He's more of a post-up, bigger guy. He likes to shoot it, which is nice, but the shooting hasn't really been there. And he's hurt all the time. And the biggest question mark that's always come with him is his character, and that's not something the Mavs really want in the locker room. Now, let's say they wait till the summer to really look at another center to sign. Well, there's going to be a lot of good ones available. You got Andre Drummond, who could or could not pick up that player option with the Cleveland Cavaliers. Derek Favors of the New Orleans Pelicans is a guy that I'd like to see the Mavs target. Marc Gasol is a veteran, championship experience kind of guy that'll hit the free agent market. Hassan Whiteside, not really interested in him for this Dallas team. And then you got DeMarcus Cousins, who, you can do with him what you will. If you want him, great. If not, I think I'd see the better side of that. I'm not on the DeMarcus Cousins signing train. I don't want him on this team. I don't think it makes sense to waste a roster spot on a guy you're going to have to rehab the rest of the year. But maybe you disagree. So should the Dallas Mavericks sign DeMarcus Cousins? Type Y for yes, type N for no in the comment section below. Now, you're going to get hit with the YouTube ad break here, but that gives you enough time to scroll down and reply to this pinned comment. Now let's talk about this next question. This one's coming from Tim Hardaway Jr.'s burner account. So shout out to THJ for watching the show here. He asked, who has surprised you more this season? Tim Hardaway Jr. or Luka Doncic? Well, thank you, Tim, for asking the question. But before we get into it, I want to not just gloss over what Luka has done this year, because it's been absolutely amazing. So we look at Luka's stats. He's been averaging 28.8 points per game, 8.6 assists, 9.5 boards, and shooting nearly 33% from 3. We all know Luka is having an outstanding season. However, we expected Luka to be the best player on this team. Now, did I expect him to do this? No. I still think it's a surprise that he is this great this year. But Tim Hardaway Jr. has been the bigger surprise for me. I'm going to go with THJ because, look, let's face it. When he came over in New York, we all thought he was just a salary dump. We all just thought New York was just trying to get rid of him, and he was attached to KP. But now he has become a true third option on this Dallas Maverick team, and you want him shooting the ball. Now, this year he's averaging 15.3 points per game, 3 boards, 2 assists, and really the most shocking thing of all is the near 41% from three that Tim Hardaway Jr. is shooting. He's been efficient, he's been effective, and he's been a true leader on the court as well as a veteran presence, even though he's only 27 years old. Now, when you look at what Tim Hardaway Jr. did from 2013 to 2019 compared to this past season, you can see the steps he's taking in his game. In the last 6 years, he averaged 13 points per game, 1.8 assists, 2.6 boards. He only shot 34% from three, and his field goal percentage was down closer to 41%. Now, this year, with the Mavs, obviously still a limited sample size. It's not a full year under his belt, but he's been great. More points per game, more assists, about the same rebounding, but the three-point percentage and the field goal percentage is where it really counts and where we have seen Tim Hardaway Jr. become the best version of himself. Now, I've mentioned this before on the show, and it's gotten a lot of love, so I'm going to bring this graphic back up. There are only 4 players that have attempted 380 or more three-pointers this year and are still shooting 40% from three. Those 4 players are Duncan Robinson of the Miami Heat at 43.4%, Davis Bertans of the Washington Wizards at 42.2%. Bojan Bogdanovic is shooting 41.8% for the Utah Jazz. And then you got Tim Hardaway Jr., who's shooting 40.8%. Now, I love Luka, but Tim Hardaway Jr. has definitely been a bigger surprise this season for me. But maybe you disagree. Maybe you don't think it's Luka or Tim Hardaway Jr. Maybe you've got another name you want to throw in to the ring. So throw it down in the comment section below. Who has been the most surprising Maverick for you personally this year? I'm sticking with Tim Hardaway Jr. I could also see you going with Luka. I could see you going with maybe Dorian Finney-Smith. Maxi Kleber's had a great year. Whoever it may be, let me know in the comment section below. And guys, while you're doing that, we all know you're watching these videos on the daily, but we want you to subscribe to Chat Sports. We've got about 160,000 subscribers. Now, by the time the NBA playoffs roll around, I want to get that number up to 175,000 subscribers at least. I think we can do even better than that. So watch this video and make sure you go hit the big red subscribe button down below. Now let's get into one more question from the fans, and this one is the ideal star to add in 2021. This is coming from Brennan. He asks, who is the ideal and realistic star that we could get in 2021 that would take this team to a title contender? Well, first of all, Brennan, the 2021 free agent class is absolutely stacked. I mean, it might be the best one we have ever seen. It is absolutely nuts. You've got Giannis Antetokounmpo of the Milwaukee Bucks expected to hit free agency. Rudy Gobert of the Utah Jazz, Defensive Player of the Year multiple times, probably maybe again this year if Anthony Davis doesn't win it. He's going to hit the open market. LeBron James could hit the open market of the Los Angeles Lakers. Now, I don't expect the Mavs to go after LeBron, but he's going to be in there. Kawhi Leonard, another guy of the Clippers right now, could hit the open market as a free agent. And Anthony Davis could also have that option if he doesn't, sign something this summer, opt out, and sign a bigger deal. We'll see what happens with those guys. But really, there's only 2 names on this list that I think the Mavs are even going to have a shot at. Now, it's a long shot. Trust me, it's a long shot. But the 2 names are Giannis Antetokounmpo and Rudy Gobert. Let's start with Giannis, the guy the Mavs should have drafted the year they drafted Shane Larkin. I know it hurts Mavs fans to hear that, but really that's just what was going to happen. Donnie wanted him, Mark wanted him, and they just couldn't make anything happen, and they got Shane Larkin instead. It was a very frustrating time. I actually can't remember if Mark wanted him or Donnie wanted him, but whoever it was, someone picked Shane Larkin instead, and that's what happened. But look, the Mavs are going to try, and if it happens, this is what's going to be on the court. You get Luka Doncic running the point, already an MVP candidate. And then you get Tim Hardaway Jr., a great shooter. Dorian Finney-Smith, a great defender. Then you put Giannis in there, a former MVP, a potential MVP this year, alongside KP at the 5. I mean, Zach Lowe said it pretty recently. That is a fearsome trio, really a fearsome duo when you look at Luka and Giannis. Those are 2 MVP candidates, same team. You've already got the international flair. If they come in and play together, we're not talking 1, not 2, not 3, not 4 championships. We don't know how long that dynasty could go if Giannis signed in 2021. But the other guy I want to look at who may be a little bit more realistic than Giannis, because let's face it, the Bucks are going to give that supermax to Giannis, is Rudy Gobert, another guy they are expected to pursue in 2021. Now, Rudy this year has been absolutely amazing for the Jazz. He's been his usual defensive presence, but he's also putting up 15.5 points per game, 14.3 boards, and the field goal percentage at 68.7 is exactly what the Jazz need from their big man. So let's say they go with Rudy, and they actually do sign Rudy Gobert, which I think both these guys are long shots, but if it does happen, The Mavs then have a lineup of Luka, Tim Hardaway Jr., Dorian Finney-Smith, and you get 2 rim protectors in Kristaps Porzingis and Rudy Gobert. 2 guys that people are not going to be able to score on. So you want to talk about title contenders in 2021? These are the 2 guys that would push the Mavs over the top, not just for 2021, but for 2022, 2024, 2023, 2025. For as long as we can think, if you get Rudy and Giannis alongside Luka and KP, it's over. Game over for the rest of the league. But I know those guys are long shots, okay? I get it. It could be completely unrealistic. So who do you want the Mavs to chase in that 2021 NBA free agency summer? They're going to have the max cap space. They're going to have all the money in the world to go chase after the big names. So who do you want to see as a Mav in 2021? Let me know in the comment section below.